On the screen right now, you see this big bitch here. Let me not start it off just like that. Let me not start off like this. Let me tell you something. This is ridiculousness. This is absolute garbage. And we'll just watch and try and discuss this. I don't know how much. I mean, just from the first 30 seconds of it, I was like, I don't know if I can take this. I'm about to, yeah. I'm about to bust. No, I'm about to lose it. I'm about to lose it.
On a talk show, and there are clips of the host and his co-star Amy Adams talking about how Henry is talented and cute, joking about getting lost in his eyes, basically like talking about how handsome he is. Mm-hmm. And the guy making this video is like, this is unacceptable. Hashtag men's rights. Hashtag men's rights activist.
Men's rights to go to war and die.
That was the first thing right there. This was the first thing and this is all it took for me to say, okay, I'm gonna have to talk about this on stream. I need you to hear exactly what she said. Men's rights are to go to war and die. Let me know if the volume's too low on the video, please. Men's rights are to go to war and die. Yeah, that is about right. That is about right there. That legitimately had me going. So that's only the beginning of it. From what I understand, this gets really toxic, really bad, and really fucking ignorant. Now that's where I stopped before. I mean, dead ass at this point. Because first off, you have the audacity to sit your big ass up there and say men's rights are just to go to war and die. It is, I take that quite offensive. Most of you know why. It's disgusting for you to have that sort of sentiment, because if it weren't for those men who go to war and die, your ass wouldn't be sitting up there doing what you're doing. This isn't her show. It's the other female's podcast, from what I understand. She's just the guest. And what a guest this is. Because the two of them go back and forth like two chicken heads, just the whole fucking time. Nah, Bullet, that's perfectly sane and reasonable point of view. Right. Right. I cannot understand how it is that if a man says or calls out men's rights, or you have someone advocating for men's rights, how it is that these females look at it and say, fuck men's rights. What? The whole thing that gets them to this point is, quote unquote, is that fat shame, overeating fat. Bruh, we will discuss that right now in a minute too, because last night, while we were at the house, you know, my friend's wife, we were discussing that very thing right there that you just asked about. I'll get to that in a second. But when it comes to this, feminism was meant to be a thing concerning equal rights. But these bitches, and bruh, y'all know how I am. I try not to say that word that much, being super derogatory with it or whatever, but right now it fits. If the shoe fucking fits, wear it. If the shoe needs to be thrown, throw it. Changla coming across the room right now. Listen, these bitches here take it to that extreme feminism. And the problem with it is that they have a group of other women, especially young women, who are going along with this form of illogical sentiment, this ridiculousness. Because let me explain something to you. If a man sat up on any platform and said, fuck women's rights, yo, they out of here. My mom said that she can go fuck herself. Like, cold. Yeah, yo, I was just about to say the cold thing about it, but I'm trying to hold that back because I know it's going to come out at some other point. This is dead ass, cold-blooded right here, if ever I've seen it. If men didn't also stand in that fight for women's rights, guess the fuck what? Yo, it wouldn't be there. This is just truth. Let's keep it going.
When it comes to the men's rights shit, or like they're the same dudes who'll be like,
now hold the fuck up. Hold the whole, yo, hold the whole fuck up. The picture behind her, it's her dude. I don't know what man on this fucking planet would sit there idly and be like, oh yeah, my wife says fuck men, fuck men's rights. You know, men are worthless. Men ain't shit. They ain't even worth a good they ain't even worth a good nut. Yeah. The they ain't worth a good nut situation happened at the very beginning. And that's your nigga in that picture. It goes to prove the effect that a greater deal of times people will say shit just to say shit. And that bread, oh yeah. All morals and real ideals of whoever the fuck they truly are go straight out the window when it comes to money. I'll be damned if I sit here and believe that shawty act like this with her dude. If she do, we all know what that is. And let's call it what it is. You got to call a spade you got to call a spade a spade. Sucker motherfucker. Simp! This is craziness, but let's let her keep speaking.
men actually built the world that you live in. They built the internet and the phones. I'm all, that's not true. The internet was actually invented by a black woman.
Is this gonna be my fucking night? Is this gonna be my fucking night? I mean, legitimately, y'all. Yo. I don't even get mad about this shit no more. It's just so, what I say later on has a lot to do with or what we talk about in a couple of minutes has a lot to do with what I'm about to say right now. The internet is full of toxic shit. I mean, stupidity, ignorance, misinformation, etc. And the reason why I can't get mad about this shit anymore is because of the fact that I see what happens to people when they sit online all day. I see what happens to them when they're on social media all day, when they're on YouTube all day, when they're on fucking Twitter or Facebook and all of those things that they're on all day for hours a day. It is the very reason why we have the divides that we have amongst men and women. It's the very reason why we have a greater number of the divides that we have person to person. It's the greater reason why we can't even talk to one another because we're so disconnected from the reality of what life is. Now, let me explain something to you. I'll get back to that later on, but let me explain something to you. See, the cold part about it is she wrong as fuck. The internet originally was something called ARPANET. The infrastructure, the actual systems, the actual communication systems for everything we know, the communication protocols, all of it, everything we know the internet to be today was created by two men. Those two men, if I can remember their freaking names, it was like Bob and Robert and Venton. That was their names. 2 guys. ARPANET, if anybody knows anything about that, the first true usage of the systems was actually applied for military use. But that's where you're going. Now, what she's talking about is a whole different story. And we're not going to go there right now because we're going to watch a couple more minutes of this. After that right there, I don't know how much more of this I can fucking take. Yes, okay, so I was right. Thank you, Razor. Thank you. Sorry, I forgot. Hold on. What did it say? Oh, shit. No. Remember the man ain't no man. He a bitch slave. Well, that's true. Sorry, I forgot one more. Man ain't no simp. Yo, let's. This is disgusting.
Bet you didn't know that.
Damn
huh,
her.
Bet you didn't know that. Huh? Bet you didn't know. No, bitch, you don't even know what you're talking about. I'm almost willing to bet you could probably pull that up on Google. You don't have to be a major in computer science or a super nerd or a geek or anything like that to know it. The internet is at your fingertips. But, of course, sometimes misinformation and bullshit does get thrown out on the internet. So, all right. I went to school for this shit, bitch.
Got me again.
But then when they say like they build homes and freeways and whatever the fuck the
I
yards they
don't want to
spend.
be that. I think it was the slaves. I don't want to.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh. Wait. They built homes and railroads and roads and oh no, I think the slaves did that. Oh my God. Yo, that it called for that at that moment. I don't have the sound systems up right now. Listen. Okay. Even if the slaves were the ones who did that, they were men. The females weren't fucking out there building roads and shit like that. They weren't. Anytime you see anything that were actual documentations of slave workers and things like that out on roads or like, ditches, all that shit. Yeah, the women were out in the fields and everything else just the same as the men. But anytime you see that real slave labor shit, you don't even have to go through that. The images of prisoners who were out building the railroads and systems and shit like that, men. But then to go that far back and to take it to that time and era makes 0 sense. Because the people that do it today are overwhelmingly men. I'm willing to throw out there that about 95% of all infrastructure is built, maintained today by men. Women don't want those jobs. They prefer not to do those jobs. It is absolutely proven as such. I'm not saying that there's no women that do those jobs, but it is overwhelmingly done by men. Not only that, but every time you ask a woman, hey, would you prefer to make $100,000 as a fucking worker in a sewer, cleaning shitty sewers or anything like that? Or what was the question they said? The other choice, the choice was, hey, or you get paid $0 and be a CEO, a top executive. Overwhelmingly, every one of those women chose to be the CEO, the executive. Because I'll tell you right now, women don't want to fucking clean shitty sewers. Women don't want to do it. Women don't want to take the fucking trash out the house. If you don't believe me, if you got a significant other, maybe your mom dukes, maybe your pops, ask them, whose job is it to take the trash out? Most of them gonna look at you like, boy, you know better. Get your ass and take that garbage out right now. Didn't I tell you to do that shit last night? No. It is almost always the man's job. But, okay. I would say bitch lose. Even taking it out of that, this is ignorance at its finest. Let's let this keep going.
I don't want to take it there, but
Listen, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
But then I think to myself, even if that were true, let's say, let's just entertain it for a sec. Even if that was true, are you one of those men?
Yeah.
Turns out we're both bitches. We're both at home, like we should be. That's all.
Okay. All right. So if a man's not doing that specific job at this point in time, he's a bitch because he's at home. You know what I'm saying? That's what she's saying at this point. That man has probably done that job at some point in time in his life. If that man is now at home working, it's more than likely because he probably owns a company. I mean, based on the type of people I'm sure that she runs into. Very possible the nigga might be a call center agent working from the crib. All right, cool, whatever. But overwhelmingly still, the problem with that logic is that, well, he's never had to get his hands dirty. Okay, there are some people that are like that. But even still, if he were in a relationship, the nigga's still the one taking out the trash. If he was in a relationship, the nigga's still the one putting his life on the line for his shawty. All right? Now, that has nothing to do with the infrastructure part of it or anything like that, but men still have a job in this world. Very much so. Okay. But I can honestly say, as a grown-ass man, who honestly, at that point in time when I was doing the jobs that I did, they weren't necessary. I didn't have to do them. I just liked working. I just did. There's something weird about that, but I just did. Everyone always asks, if you won $1 billion right now, what would you do? Would you still work? I would still work to some capacity. I'd have people running my company overwhelmingly, yes. And I'd be doing tons of other things. But I'd still be doing this. This is fucking work. Would I be out in the sewers and shit? Nope. But I would still be creating infrastructure for other individuals, building their businesses and everything else through my company. Listen. It's almost to say right now, what she's saying is this. Well, if you're not out there building homes or roads or doing like typical what she obviously considers to be man's work, you ain't shit. That's like these females who look at men and say, "Oh, you're what? Oh, you're a general contractor. Oh, okay. No, I can't date you." Not realizing that general contractor, that nigga probably makes like 70, 80, 90 racks a year because he's not some top executive. This is the fucking delusion that's going on. It's okay to like working, bro. If you like working, you won't feel like it's torture. Like this is correct. You are absolutely correct, and that's why I don't feel it's torture. You are absolutely correct. Let's let this go a little bit longer. I don't know how much more I'm gonna take of this.
I'm like, you and I serve the same purpose.
Men think
No, we
they're
don't.
so much more important that they are. Like,
That's what
we
I'm
don't
saying.
even need y'all for a good nut no more.
Yeah.
Like, what are
Just
like?
get
Let's,
that rose that you were advertising.
You know what? Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. All right. Everyone contact every guy they know and let those guys contact every guy they know. And let's just go ahead and build a whole ass male network real quick. And, fuck it. The beginning of next month, let's all just say, fuck it. Men, we have checked out. We have checked the fuck out at that point. And then I want to see what the fuck they say, just how necessary we are. This is no, let me stop. Let's finish this. I'm only going to get us like another minute or two. And then I'll go from there.
that womanizer. Hey, this isn't that, but
But hey, if you're in the market,
if you ding ding, I'm telling you. Hey, and what I'm not gonna lie, the rose is like the crack epidemic in the
my
80s
God,
to
what
women.
the fuck?
Like,
Oh, now we got.
the rose is an epidemic, and
Okay,
I suggest
now we
all
gotta
my
add.
women out there, go get you one.
you were on the front lines advertising.
I was
for
leading.
that.
That wasn't even.
Ain't no yo. It just dawned on me what. Ain't no fucking way I could be her nigga. And what? he is oh my God, he's a sucker, or he's playing along with it because they got super bread. Like, no joke. They got to be making super bread for this to be allowed. And I don't mean allowed in the sense of I'm allowing her to go and do something. No, nigga, I mean allowed in the sense of I'm going to stick with this chick who sits here and just pretty much, not pretty much, who says men are fucking worthless. Ain't no goddamn way. Let me stop.
An ad. I know it wasn't an ad.
That was how I genuinely felt about it. Like,
you were posting about it so much, I thought it was an ad. Like, I was like, oh shit.
No, like I was just trying to put the ladies on, man. That shit was crazy.
Wait, did that shit say what I saw? What I thought it said? Hold up.
Pandemic, and I suggest all my women out there, go get you one.
Hang on, y'all.
You were on the front.
I did see it. I thought that's what I saw. Disappear, please. Fuck, it won't disappear.
Front lines advertising.
I was leaving.
Come on.
That wasn't even an ad.
Right up here, it says women don't owe you shit. At what point in time was there anything really all over the internet where men were like, hey, these bitches owe us X, Y, and Z? I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt here. She could be talking about it in terms of like, going out on a date or some shit like that. Maybe saying like, just because we go on the date don't mean I owe you some pussy. Okay, I'm gonna give her that. But it is overwhelmingly women who act as though men owe them every fucking thing. Look, I'm sure they ain't getting no dude sending them some random ass fucking message. Hey, can you send me $200? I know we don't know each other, but look at me. I'm fucking cute. That's what females do. You know how I know it? The homies have shown me this shit. I've gotten these types of messages. In fact, one night, in the middle of the goddamn night, my phone goes off. Some bitch I don't know, ain't never spoke to a day in my life. Oh my God, you should follow me on my OnlyFans. It's only, I don't know, it was something a month or whatever. And hey, if you send me $150 right now, I said, nah, nigga, I'm not having this. And I dead ass in the middle of the night recorded this video. And here's the thing. This wasn't the first time this shit happened. It had happened before with bitches I knew. But I recorded a video saying, hey, any one of you bitches, you just got one? On what? On what platform? I straight up recorded the video and said, if any of you bitches I know dare solicit your OnlyFans to me, I'm telling your family, I'm going to put you out there. I meant that shit, for real. Because it's ridiculous. I don't owe you shit. I don't owe you a thing. No one owes you anything. Somehow you got that on the wall, but you forget to tell bitches the same exact thing. Okay, let's just let this keep going real quick.
George, I know it wasn't an ad.
That was how I genuinely felt about it. Like,
you were posting about it so much, I thought it was an ad. Like, I was like, oh shit.
No, like I was just trying to put the ladies on, man. That shit was crazy.
That's proof you don't even need them for that. And even if they are there, if it's mediocre dick, it's not worth it anyways.
Yeah, like
it's a waste of
can't do
time.
anything right, man. Like,
yeah, you're just like, get out.
Yeah, like they think they're Diplo on the clit. Like,
okay, that's it. I'm done with this, and I'm gonna say what I need to say now. They're not even necessary for that. Okay, men, go ahead. Everyone, just check out. Just, a week, 2 weeks. We'll all take a month vacation, and it's fucking next month is like it's Christmas month, nigga. Let's all take that vacation, the whole entire month. All right, and let me explain to you what would happen. The world would fucking crumble if every man on this goddamn planet is so useless as they say. The world would fucking crumble. But let's just take the U.S. alone. It would be an absolute chaos. A greater deal of businesses would not be functioning. All those shitty jobs, they up for grabs, ladies. Go right ahead. Take over for us. We don't want to do it anymore. We've checked the fuck out. It's asinine how we've come to this whole point of contention to where it's a thing of, you know what? Men are useless. Women are useless, etc., etc., etc. This is the problem with the internet when you let stupid fucking people speak. Everybody says, oh, they have rights to speak too. Yep. But then we run into this problem right here. Am I against free speech? No, I am not. What I'm saying is that fucking ignorance runs way too rampant for the people of the United States to have the ability to do this type of shit. Because I'm sorry, a man is useful and a woman is useful. We fucking need one another. Even if you're getting bad dick, bitch, if he give you a kid, guess what? He just gave you everything you ever gonna want in this fucking world. Because biologically, typically, that is exactly what women want when they come to a certain point in their life. Because it's more meaningful to them. It gives them someone to nurture, someone to raise. And for a man, it is absolutely a necessity because it's what carries on his name, his legacy, his blood. A family line. Now, if we have to go biologically, that's where it's at. But if we have to go just off of the day-to-day, the stresses that a man can take away from a woman are astounding. The stresses that a woman can take away from a man are just the same. But when women are out and about and they feel unsafe, who comes to their aid? Typically a man. If it's their dude, he's going to be there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. When she's going through all of the emotional shit and it's well, just stay on the security part of it. When you call the police, typically you want a toxic ass man to show the fuck up. These individuals that you call toxic. You want that man who's there to be as aggressive, if not more aggressive, as the motherfucker that was trying to do something to you, that was trying to harm you or trying to harm your friend or trying to harm your family or your children or anything of that nature. When something breaks in your home, typically you're calling a man. Typically, okay? I'm not saying all the time. So for those of you out there, that's misogynistic. No. On the greater scale of it, you're calling a man. When your car breaks down, you're going more than likely to a man. And if you don't feel safe enough to go in there because of the fact that it's very highly that they might rip me off, because that was a huge thing at one point in time, taking advantage of women who didn't know anything about the mechanics of a vehicle. Guess who's taking that fucking car in for you? Your man. When your car is dirty, who's washing that car? Your man. Because you don't like doing it. I can list off thousands and thousands of things, but we'd be here all goddamn day, night for the next month. Easily. And on the flip side, we have our needs from you. But when you're going through emotional shit, who's the first fucking person you want to go and talk to and hope they understand? Because that's who you're with. If you're in a heterosexual relationship, let me go ahead and throw that out there. Your man. Even if you're not, and you know dudes, you go and talk to them about men. Because females on the greatest extent don't understand men the way that men understand men. Okay? That's just what it is. This is absolutely stupid. This type of rhetoric is what does get us to the point to where it's like, yeah, fuck these bitches. And you wonder why so many men have, in some extent, checked out, especially in the world of dating. It's become a thing to where they're looking at it and they're saying, well, I'm just getting used. I'm getting used for food dates. I'm getting used by females who are just going to come back and ask me for X, Y, and Z later. Oh my God, she has an OnlyFans or a pussy just popping out there to the whole entire world. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. But then you have women like this who believe so heavily in a form of misandry. No. Believe in misandry, because that's what this is. In toxic ass femininity, that's exactly what this is. You have these individuals espousing it to the greater community of young women. And what do we end up with? Bitches who can't read, write, spell, but swear to God they are worth your time, your protection, and your money. Everything that you worked hard to get as a man. It's sad. It's disgusting. And it goes into that greater thing that I was saying before. The internet has allowed the stupid to go out and spread stupid messages. And the more that it happens, it shows just how weak individuals are in this world. Because I've not only seen this in young people, but I'm talking individuals in their 30s and 40s. How is it that you were so gullible as to go alongside something like this? How badly have you been? You know, I don't even want to say that. It's not even that you're hurt. You have a mental fucking problem. If you can sit and absorb this and think that this is true. They did nothing but spout hate and misinformation. That entire what was that, like 3 minutes? That's it? I'd hate to fucking sit here and watch this entire hour and 12-minute video, but I'm going to have to at some point in time. You know why? Because then if anyone comes back and says, oh my God, you know what? You didn't watch the whole thing. And here's what they meant. And blah, blah, blah. I can fire back and say, no, you're a fucking idiot. You need counseling. Go and sit your ass down in the corner somewhere and become better educated on when people do things like this. I'm going to have to do it just for that reason. It's going to fry my brain, but it is what it is. But the point is this. Stop absorbing all of this bullshit. Stop it. Stop letting it rule your world. Because people like this are no good for you. They are not good for any form of healthy fucking relationship that you ever want to attempt to get into. Ladies, this is primarily guided towards you all, because let me show you something. Felt like Fire Marshal Bill for a second there. My stomach is in pain during this episode. Oh my God, you two are iconic. I've never laughed so hard. These two women together. I needed this. Thank you. Fanita is the only girl who can hit on another girl's man and dad and get away with it. Ha ha ha. Bitch! Did you read what you just typed there? So this bitch sitting there, and I do remember at the very beginning, the bra did say something about old girl's dad, you know, whatever. That's a fucking mental problem. Dead ass. That is a problem. She said, our man, I'm dead. Oh my God. Foaming at the mouth right now. I've been waiting for this episode. You two need a whole separate women all the way down eating this shit up. And what I can bet is that a greater portion of that chat right there, that whole, or that comment log there, every one of them broads have a couple of things going on in their world. Either one, they getting dicked down by multiple niggas. All right, whatever. Two, they have not healed from something that somebody else did to them, because all that they were doing was cheering for some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard come out of two fucking chicken heads' mouths. And I called them chicken heads. I said it. I meant it. These bitches is hood rats if ever I fucking seen them. This is asinine. And it's only going to create bigger and bigger divides amongst us. If men are so worthless, if men are unnecessary, if all of this is true, then you know what? Humanity's just going to die off. You bitches can't make babies without us. And I know most of them say, well, they're sperm banks. Bitch, if we ain't putting the sperm in a bank, you ain't got none. I wonder what it's going to look like 10 years from now, as far as like, you know, birth rate and marriage rates and different things like that. Bitches might still be popping kids because most of them that live in this idiotic fucking mind state end up like, you know, with 6 baby daddies and shit. Think I'm lying? Come on, man. We've already watched those videos. But the world of dating, marriage as a whole, this type of shit is what destroys it. Thanks, internet. You've done a great job. Oh my God. I can't talk about this anymore, but it's kind of on the same topic. Look, what we were talking about last night, it had a great deal to do with the fact that the internet has caused so many people so much depression, anxiety, mental illnesses of all sorts, because somewhere along the line, the more that you watch it, the more that you look at that content and everything else, if you are not of a greatly, strong fucking will, all it does is that it eats people up inside. I've legitimately seen relationships ruined. What's good, Scope? How you doing, my boy? I've legitimately seen people ruin their relationships, ruin their lives while chasing after something that honestly may not even exist. It's just the same as those females doing those Instagram pictures, and some dudes too. Some dudes do. They do the same thing. You sick too? Ooh wee. Ooh wee. I had a bunch of people hit me up yesterday saying that they were sick. What's going on with you? But we've seen those situations where the female's like, oh my God, I'm in a private jet. And then all of a sudden you figure out that, oh no, she's in a studio and she's having photographs done. Or, oh my God, I'm in first class, and somebody catches her because they're on her Instagram or whatever. And like, nah, this bitch is in coach just like the rest of us. Men paying for their tickets to go to these exotic places in the world where they get ran through by 20, 30 different dudes and a camel and a 13-year-old. Now, I'm sorry. If a dude was doing some shit like that with a 13-year-old girl, that's called, pedophilia, and you get put on a list. These bitches deserve that same exact thing. But it's okay. I'm doing it for bread. Bitch, you're still a nasty pedo. Am I wrong? You know, it's insane. But that's what the internet does. It's created this word, I hate using this word, but in all actuality, it's created a world full of idiotic fucking degenerates who are chasing after things that are outside of their reach and on a greater scale they'll never have, because they just can't be happy in the life that they're living. It's fine to do better. It's fine to reach for better things. But know that if you don't actually put in the work, you don't get it. And the internet, you chasing after it through that means, you'll probably never attain it. If you're always comparing yourself to people who are leading fake lives or listening to people that are giving you bad advice. Because I'm going to tell you right now, when it comes to men and women, we've already established. I've always said, yeah, you can be friends with a woman, but you can't be friends with a woman that you have any feelings for, because that is not actual friendship. You trying to fuck. Just the same as that woman, if she trying to fuck you and you know it, you're essentially using them at that point in time. But when it comes to actual relationships, people are being torn apart based on shit that is outside of their reality. Listening to people who are giving them bad fucking advice. You can walk into a situation and, you know what, be open and honest with the female, and it might work out. It might work out. Who's to say it won't? That's up to you to judge. You can walk into a situation, be shy about it. Try and, maneuver your way in. I would advise against it. I always say be upfront. But it just might work out. Maybe. And you're going to learn a lesson if it don't. But that's up to you. Take shit with grains of salt, all right? And then try and see how that fits into your personality. And if it properly allows you to step into the right things, that's fine. But stop taking everything you see and hear on the fucking internet as the holy goddamn Bible. Because I promise you right now, what do they like to say? I think they use this a lot in church. You're being led astray. It's that simple. It's that simple. But yeah, I'm off of this shit. I'm done with this video. And if you guys ever want to discuss, anything, y'all know y'all can always go ahead and send me a message or fucking, say something in chat. I'm about that. Right now, I think it's time to go ahead and get into some Modern Warfare 2. I don't know about you, but I do. I did want to go ahead and catch up on most of the matches today from the World Cup.